We're talking with Allan Warner here about his basement racetrack. Now, I kind of heard about tracks in the basement. Usually they're slot car tracks. This is an RC track. This is pretty neat. What kind of effort went into building this?
I was still working on it the other night before you guys came, and it's just an ongoing project.
Okay, so
years.
It changes a little bit every year?
Every month, something new happens. Yeah. Yeah.
So some of this stuff actually ended up at the Vancouver Auto Show for your guys' drift meet there?
Yeah, I mean, we tried to put on a good show with a nice scale track and stuff, so I brought some of my stuff, just basic stuff, trees, a gas station, some AstroTurf, make it pretty.
Nice figures and photos filling the windows of the buildings.
Yeah, even sometimes try to incorporate some of our club members into the track. We'll get their pictures and put them in the windows of buildings and cheering on the cars as they go by along the track and stuff like that. When we first started out, it was just free-for-all, but sometimes we've had up to like 12 guys here or something like that, so it got to the point where we could actually start trimming it off a little bit, and the more effort I've put into the track, the more effort I've asked the guys to put into the cars. So now we've actually got a little bit of a standard spec where I like people to have an interior, a driver, lights, just your basics like mufflers and mirrors.
And try to hide the body posts.
Definitely try to hide those body posts, yes, please.
We're talking with Justin here. I guess you've been coming here for a number of years, and what draws you to this track?
You know, Wes, that's actually a funny question. Like, when I first came here, I wasn't expecting much. And it's like life, this place evolves every single time I come here. Every time I'm here, there's always some new aspect. Like, if you look behind me, you might see what the remnants of what looks like a broken down GMC building. That wasn't here 2 weeks ago. And there's schools, there's a tower directly behind me, there's people dotted all throughout the city in the form of action figures. I can look for days and still find things here that I haven't seen before.
So is there actually any competition rules that go on here?
Yeah, as the night goes on, usually guys will show up, we'll warm up. It's a bit of a chaotic show for a while, but as guys get more dialed into the track later on at night, we start putting on drift battles and race competitions. We've probably got about 5 different types of games that we can stay occupied with all night long. Your basic battle would just be 2 guys lining up. We do it a little bit like playing pool. Whoever wins stays on the floor and just keeps competing with new challengers who keep coming up. And it's just about staying nice and clean, following the drifter in front of you, trying to imitate his line. If the leader can take off, go for it, try to stay with them.
And what's another type of game you guys do?
We like to race down here. Everybody will line up. We'll be 5, 6, 7 cars, and we'll do 2 laps. It's just about getting back to this spot as fast as you can with your drift tires on. So you have to drive the whole track if you're leading, but as soon as you get behind, you can take a shortcut. So what this does is that it keeps replacing the leader, and pretty much anybody can win that game, whether you've been drifting for years or whether it's your first day out.
So you want to do a little street fighting? Take it inside. This is Wes reporting from Armature Alley. We'll see you later.
Now it's time for the big boys with cool toys tech tip of the week.
Hi, I'm Alex Morgan from Big Boys with Cool Toys. Today's tech tip, I want to talk to you about how important it is to buy a temperature gun. With the temperature gun, you can range the temperature between 0 and 400 Fahrenheit. Now, nitro-powered engines, the optimal temperature to be running a nitro-powered engine is between 200 and 250. If you run an engine any hotter than 250, you have the chance of causing engine damage, like overheating, the truck stalling, or possibly blowing out your glow plugs and having to replace those every time that you go out and run. If your engine's too cold, you're not running the truck at maximum performance, possibly doing all those wheelies and tricks that you like to do, and also the glow plug could possibly get filled up with all that extra gunk and bacteria because the engine's not performing at perfect temperature, which it's not burning all the excess fuel off the glow plug. Now, with the temperature gun, I also recommend to buy the tuning screwdriver. Tuning screwdriver is only a couple dollars more, but it allows you to get in and access the high-speed needle, the low-speed needle, and the idle screw. These are the two key things that I recommend buying when you're starting with nitro-powered engines. And that is Big Boy's Tech Tip of the Week.